Good morning, guys. It's Sunday. Weather decided to clear up a little bit. I'm going to run into the shop and get a few things done on the truck. I'll see you guys up there. Got a final version of my third brake light done this weekend. Still on the fence on if I want to offer those up for sale or not. Let me know if any of you guys would be interested in that, and I'll see what I can do. See you guys up at the shop. I got my shower cube put back on this setup yesterday. I had a few people asking me about my setup that I have on this thing. So I just rock an Ironman shower cube. I've ran it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. You can tell it's pretty faded now, but I actually designed this mount. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram a while ago and had asked if I had ever seen a mount like this before, and they sent me a link and took me to an Australian site and a company that makes this mount. They do not ship to the US. It's like $600 for the mount, and then whatever, a couple $100 to ship, but only in Australia. So I spent a couple weeks designing this mount. It's actually a mount that swings the shower cube away from the vehicle. It's also a quick release mount. I made it so it's basically just a spring-loaded pull pin here. I've got a shock. To remove this, all I have to do is pull the spring on the shock, pull this cotter pin on the bottom here, and this pin pulls out of the brass bushings, and then it takes 5 seconds to pull that off of the truck if I need to. I also designed it so when it's closed, these holes underneath line up, and you can put a lock through there if you're worried about somebody stealing it, but I've never had an issue with it. Extremely strong. You can see it's actually moving the Lone Peak camper. The best design for this would be to do it off the back so you can have it fold out, so it's basically in line with the back of the camper. Problem with me is my swing out, I can't do that because my swing out is right where it's at unless I leave my swing out closed, but then I can't get into the camper. I may figure something out down the road, but for now I just do it up here. Biggest perk for me is it actually moves it a little bit further away from the camper so it doesn't hit the side of my truck, but then I can use it wherever I need to. If I don't need to get into the rear door, I can use it right here. If I need to have access to the rear door for whatever reason, that's usually where I store all my gear that's not inside the camper. I can run it right up front here, and it'll be in front of the front door, which I don't need access to at all while I'm at camp. I could set it up really quick for you guys. It takes 2 seconds to set up these. If you guys have never used these, just a couple. It's basically an awning set up on the inside. This rolls down. The arms come out. A little bit of mildew in it. It looks like it got a little bit wet last time I was out and I forgot to dry it out. That's not a big deal. The straps are adjustable so you can go up or down. So it's got a weighted bottom so the bottom doesn't swing around, but it also has places to stake it out. And then, like I said, and you can move this while everything's set up too. So if you need to get into the back door, just reach around, pull the pin, and I can swing it to the front of the truck. And I can use it there, and I'll have full access to my rear door still. Get this thing set up. Next nice day and let it air out for a little bit. Actually, might let it air out today, but I'll show you guys how easy it is to pack these things up. So you fold in one arm, fold in the other arm. Pull the cover down, zip it back up. I've not added any zipper wax to this, so it still is a pain, but I'm actually going to leave this open and let it dry out. It's a little wet on the inside, but So yeah, that's the easy part of that. I make also make quick release mounts for awnings, but I'm not going to use them on the Lone Peak camper. Just I have no reason to take the awning off. It's actually mounted pretty sturdy on the other side. So okay, guys, just got up to the shop. Just had to do a few things today. That it's been raining for a couple days. It's supposed to rain for the next 2.5 weeks. So ran up here just to get a couple things situated with work stuff, and figured I'd give you guys. I added a wood top here. It comes off if I need to get anything out from underneath it. Let's see here. Mounted my paper towels here. It's Harbor Freight paper towels. Let's see here. Turn the lights on in here. Harbor Freight paper towel box. I've used them for a couple years now. They're cheap. They always come with a mount, so I actually have a mount just double-sided taped here. I can pull this off and flip it up so I can grab it from the upside while I'm inside. I also have a mount here outside, so if I'm cooking outside, I can just mount it there. Mounted a temperature and hydrometer here. I actually use these for 3D printing. I buy them in bulk, so I just made a quick mount that bolts in. I just got my T-nuts yesterday from Lone Peak, so I'm going to add the extra T-nut there. I did a quick drawing up in Fusion for my diesel heater thermostat. It's kind of a tight fit, but I don't plan on taking it out of here, so this mounts in here now, so I can reach it from the bed. Let's see here. I put a sink in. I don't know if I showed that in the last video. I use Dometic water jugs, so I've got I need to add a magnetic base there so I can use it. I didn't hard mount it, so I can take it out and toss the water outside. I'm not going to put a drain in here, so I just wash my hands, brush my teeth and stuff in the morning and at night. I think that's all I've really added to this so far since my last video. Yeah, that's about it. Figured I'd do a quick video today. Didn't have much time to work on stuff this week, so I only have a few more things I need to add. I'm right now I'm kind of in the middle of designing a mount for MaxTrax for the side. I need to Kyle put out a video of the seals they were using. I was one of the ones that went and picked up my camper and I had gaps. They actually added a seal to the bottom of the seal they already used to use. I have too much space here. When I'm driving down the road, I can actually look through my rearview mirror and see light come through my my tailgate and the hatch underneath here. This is pretty tight when I close my tailgate, but when I'm driving, I can see it in my rearview mirror that the camper is moving around, and I'm 95% sure it's because I have two seals here. I wish they would have just pulled the old seal out, but they didn't. They just put a seal underneath my seal, which definitely not happy with. So I'm going to actually pull the camper off, remove this garbage foam seal that they originally used, and I actually have more of this kind of seal I'm going to put where it's supposed to be. Now fix a few of my issues, one of them being this huge gap here. I'll be able to move this back because the camper will be dropped down 1/4 of an inch. But I mean, you can see how tight this is. I mean, it's on there pretty good. But when I'm driving down the road, if I hit a bump, the camper actually rocks forward and I can see light under here. I've tightened the clamps as much as I possibly can. They're as far back and as far forward as they can go. They can't go back any further because my bed rails end right there. Can't go any further forward because my bed rail ends right there. So the camper itself is just nose heavy enough to where I hit a bump, it kind of rocks it forward. One thing I did finish up, rain blocker for my intake on my diesel heater. So this will just screw on. Just make sure it points down. I'm debating on putting some filter material in there. I've never ran filter material in front of the diesel heater, so I'm not super worried about it. But got all this a little more organized. I keep my diesel. These hoses don't really compact very well after you use them the first time. I own a wheel repair business and I do aluminum welding. I just grabbed a stick of aluminum. for my welder and bent it, and I basically feed the hose on it and then just loop it together, and it keeps my hose all in one piece, and I just toss it in there. But yeah, all right guys, well, I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully I'll be getting a trail maybe next weekend, so I'll do another video then when we're finally out in the woods. Have a good day.